Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jerome. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. First things first, I just want to say thank you so much for the 100 subscribers. I didn't think that I was ever going to have anywhere near 100 subscribers. I started this off as like a little side project and stuff, and to see me get 100 subs was amazing. When I saw it, I literally jumped up and I was just ecstatic. It was a really cool feeling, and I just want to say thank you so much for that. Just a small goal for myself of reaching 100, and I actually did it, so I'm pretty happy that that happened. Next up, I wanted to revisit the ban list prediction that I did about, I don't know, like a month and a half ago or something like that. Obviously, my ideas have completely, well, my thoughts and everything have completely changed since then, because I honestly thought that the ban list was going to come out like last month, like somewhere in the middle, maybe at the beginning, something like that, but it never did. It's still not out. I don't know when it's going to happen. Possibly this week, maybe next week. Who knows? So obviously my thoughts have changed completely, and I wanted to revisit them and just go over a few things that I've heard and what I think that's going to possibly happen. But at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen. All right, it's just a wild guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Starting off with the Mystic Mine. Everyone thinks it's going to get banned. I think it's more than likely going to get banned now, because literally every top deck and every person that has won a YCS or whatever pretty much is using Mystic Mine in the deck. I mean, we just had a Mystic Mine deck win the YCS, and we had a person that won Nats using Mystic Mine, and another Nats Mystic Mine, and Mystic Mine everywhere. So everyone's tired of it. Personally, I don't care about the card. The only thing that I'm tired of is people bitching about the card. So I just wanted to get banned so then I don't have to hear anybody bitch about it anymore, because it's annoying. I don't care about this card. I never lost to it, knock on wood, but I never lost to this card. So I don't really care what happens to this thing. Some people say it's going to get limited. In the past, I said it's going to probably get limited or just stay unlimited. I can see it still getting limited because it's an easy card to get off the field. Cosmic Cyclone, bye-bye. It's out of the game. You don't have to deal with it no more. But I don't know, if it gets banned, I don't care. I really don't care about this card. I care about this card. I want this card being banned. This card has been in the game for way too long. It's stupid. It shouldn't even exist. Even the card text on it is ridiculous. I don't know what Konami was thinking about this. It should be banned. Next one is the Fairy Tale Snow. Now, every one of these cards I don't think needs to be banned. They're just, I don't know, I don't want to do the whole tier list thing. It just takes too long, so I just threw everything in here. But Fairy Tale Snow, I think it should be banned. It's stupid. This card right here can win games easily for tier limits. Also, it fits well in other decks as it just fits well in so many decks that just dump a lot of cards to the graveyard. It can come back. It can book a moon, a level 2 monster that a sprite player just normal summon, and now they basically just skip turn if they don't have a starter or something like that. So this card is just problematic, and the fact that it can just keep coming back and it can chain to itself is pretty stupid. So I think a lot of people want this card to be banned. E-Tele, in the last video I said it's gonna I think I said it was gonna get limited. I don't know. I can't remember what I said in the last video, but right now I think that it more than likely is gonna be semi-limited, maybe. But then again, I don't know, because a lot of things have happened through this past month. I mean, we went from literally seeing every deck being played, everything from branded to punk to all these decks, all these things, to now it's just 2 decks. It's just sprites and tier limits being played. There's nothing else. So now obviously there's going to be the Exo Sisters and the Flunderies, stuff like that, but it's the majority of the people in every single room in every single tournament, it's sprite or tier limit. That's it. So it's kind of hard to say if this card's going to get hit or not. If I had to guess, it would be semi-limited. That's about it. Now I'll put Swap Frog on here because Swap Frog is kind of the talk right now, because a lot of people say that sprite and tier limit are not going to get hit, because obviously Konami needs to make their money off of their new cards that they came out with, even though I feel like they made more than a lot of money off of the POTE set, because literally every store I go to, there's not one single pack that the stores have. So I think they made I think they sold out of everything, so I don't know if there's any more money for them to be made from this pack. I mean, literally everything is sold out. So, who knows if they would hit the Sprite or the tournaments directly? It's possible. I think we've seen in the past a deck that just came out that got hit like on the very next ban list. So it is possible that they could hit Sprite and Tier Limit directly, but if not, they could hit the cards that they include in the deck that's been out for some time, like Swap Frog. I've heard people say that Swap Frog could get limited, and if they do limit it, that means that basically the entire Frog engine would be almost useless, which that could push people to play the Live Twin version more because they can still make Toad in that one pretty easily. Again, I don't know. That's why I include Toad down here, because if some people are saying that they're going to probably ban Totally Awesome and then leave all the Frog stuff, so then the Frog stuff is completely useless and Toad is out of the game, which that means the other decks that use Aqua Monsters can't use this either. So, you know, they could potentially do that as well. I don't know. It could happen. Halky Fibrex is another one that I said should get banned in the last video. I still think till this day that it should be banned, but it probably is not going to be, just because, like I said, the attention is all on Sprite and Tier Limit now, and neither one of those decks abuse Halky Fibrex. You know, it's not really being abused by those two decks, so it could potentially still stay at 1. I put Chaotic Magical Dragon on here, Chaos Ruler, because I think this card deserves to be banned. And Konami is known for hitting cards that are kind of like in the background, that are still a problem in the background, and this card is a problem. I mean, you can mill 5 cards for free, add one of them to your hand. I mean, what deck does that fit perfectly well in? Tier Limit. So it could be a card that could possibly get banned. And with that is Curious. Curious has came up because, again, it's just another good card that fits in Tier Limit that isn't a Tier Limit card, but it works really well in Tier Limit because it gets them so much things going, like Toad and Swap Frog do for Sprite. So these cards could potentially get hit because they are not directly part of the archetype, but they work with the archetype. If that makes sense. Next up, I put all of these floodgates here, as you can see, because I keep hearing so much about these floodgates. Mostly this one and this one. I hear a lot about these two. I hear a little bit about Skill Drain, and I hear a little bit about these two. Not really much about Gozen, but mostly just these two, and then a little bit of people say something about these. A lot of people say that floodgates shouldn't exist in the game because we're past that time. We should be just playing combos out the ass and nobody play floodgates and just let everybody just combo. I think that that's a stupid way of thinking about it. Combos exist because we need to have something to check these decks, because if we don't have anything that checks these combo decks, that means the game will die, because everyone's going to get sick and tired of just combos. Like, everyone's going to get tired of it and everyone's going to stop playing. I guarantee you that's exactly what would happen. Just like if the whole deck revolved around floodgates, the same thing would happen. Everyone would stop playing because no one's going to want to play a deck or a game that consists of just saying, hey, you can't play. So I think these cards are perfectly fine at being at 3. I don't see a problem with it. You know, if these cards go out the game, you can pretty much just kiss Ellick goodbye. You can pretty much kiss any trap deck goodbye, because, like, what's the point at that time? Except for, I think, Labyrinth. I think Labyrinth can still play. I don't know. But yeah, I think all of these are fine. I think they're needed. I think they're, like, if there was a time that floodgates are needed the most, it would be now. It would literally be now is when we need floodgates to be at their max, because these combos and all these things today are just insane. So I think we actually need these. Next, I have Called By. A lot of people think Called By should be either banned or unlimited. I think it's fine at 1, but people have this concept where it needs to be unlimited or banned, because if it's at 1 or if it's at 2s, it's like in that weird middle ground where if it's at 1, it's like almost like an instant kind of win or something, and then, or something to that effect. Or if it's at 2, then it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know where the logic is about why people don't like this card at 1. I think it's fine. It sucks when people do it to you, but it does feel good when you do it to someone else. But it doesn't mean you necessarily win because it followed by the grave. I don't know. Some people say, well, I mean, I can see it getting banned, but it's just, I don't know. I really don't see that big of a problem. So, next we have Water Enchantress, and we have Right. In the last video, I said both these are going to get semi-limited, but recently I have been playing with nothing but 2 Water Enchantress and 2 Rights, and they work like a charm. They work perfectly. I haven't had any problems, never seen them. I always see them. So now recently people are saying that they're probably not going to get hit because the power creep is beyond the Water Enchantress and right now with Tier Elements, right? But I do see that they can still be hit. I'm leaning more towards Water Enchantress being limited and Right being at 3. And I think a lot of other people are saying the same, that this is going to be limited and this is going to be unlimited, but who knows? Next is D-Shifter. A lot of people are saying that they want this card to be banned. I think it's fine. It gives some underdog decks potential, like we just saw with Exo Sisters winning because of this card, and it just helps out some other decks. And if it gets limited or semi-limited, it's like no point in playing this card because you're really never going to see it. And if you do in your opening hand, it's going to be like that once and like, I don't know, 10 or 15 duels that you actually see it. So it's going to probably stay at 3. The Barrier Statue. A lot of people say this card should be banned. The problem with banning this statue is that with banning this one, you have to ban all the other ones, and you would also have to ban the Vanities card, not the trap card, but the monster that stops your opponent from special summoning, and the other Vanities monster that stops both players from special summoning, because it does the same exact thing. So I don't think that Barrier Statue would get banned, but if it does, okay, good. I can see why it gets banned, because Floowandereeze abused the shit out of this card. But if it doesn't get banned, they might potentially hit another Floowandereeze card. OCG just limited map, and I have been saying for the past 2 months now that map should be the one to get hit to 1 on the ban list. So OCG listened, so maybe TCG will listen. I don't know. But next we have Super Poly. I keep hearing a lot of people bitch and complain about this too, saying that Super Poly should be banned, it's too strong, or it should be limited again, and all this and that. Me personally, I think it's fine at 3. Wow, we get 1 fusion monster in the game that literally says we can summon this card, do double damage, and if it gets sent to the graveyard, we draw 1 card. And now people are freaking losing their mind about it. I think it's perfectly fine at 3. Yeah, I don't really see a problem with it. I mean, this helps get around a lot of problematic stuff, like the stupid sprite field that they can make, and it just gets around a lot of problematic situations. So I think this card is perfectly fine at 3. Some people think it's going to get limited, some people think it's going to be semi-limited. Personally, I hope it stays at 3. I would like to see this card stay at 3. And the last card we have here is Maxi. A lot of people keep saying it's coming back. I don't think it's coming back. It's staying. It's banned. That shit ain't ever coming back. This card is stupid. The only time Maxi's coming back is if we enter a format where literally every deck operates exactly like Floowandereeze, and all we're doing is normal summoning, and we're not special summoning at all. That's the only time Maxi's coming back. Other than that, Maxi ain't never coming back. It's an instant win. If you go first, you set up your Omni Negates and all that. Imagine that. You're playing sprites. You set up your Omni Negates and all that. You pass turn. As soon as your opponent draws, Maxi, do you scoop, sir? You see, like, it's just stupid. Like, nobody... If this card comes back, I guarantee you, we are going to see the player base get cut in half instantly, because so many people are not going to want to play this shit, nor are they going to want to play against sprites with it, knowing that sprites can search for it and add it to their fucking hand on the first turn, knowing that that Shuzu and all that stuff's coming out, and they got to deal with Maxi on top of all that. No, this card is not coming back. When people say this is coming back, I just want to slap them across the head, because they're not thinking about everything else that's affecting and what the current... I mean, like, think about that, man. Maxi comes back, you know for damn sure that this card's getting banned. Like, or something. Like, you know, like, you know it has to happen. Like, I just don't know, man. Like, I just don't see Maxi coming back. I just can't see it. But other than that, I think that was everything that I want to talk about. I think I hit every one of these. Yeah, I think I hit every single one of these, right? Yeah. So, next thing I want to talk about is that this game is getting extremely boring. I mean, honestly, lately I have not even been wanting to play. Recently, I've honestly just been playing nothing but sprites lately, because if I play anything else, it's fun, but all I'm playing up against is tier limits and sprites. Like, if I go, it's funny, man. There's like so many locals around me, and there's only one locals that I can go to that I'm guaranteed not to see someone playing tier limits and sprites, because everyone there just plays nothing but like rogue decks. But if I go to like any of the other locals and I play, it's guaranteed about half the people in the room is going to be playing tier limit or sprite. So it's such a boring meta. It's such a boring format. And the fact that Konami is just not coming out with anything on the ban list, it's just becoming exhausting at this point. That's why I think that maybe we could potentially see sprites and tier limit get hit specifically on the ban list, just because of how boring this format really is, because of those two decks coming out. But hey, you never know when it comes to these things. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss any other videos. And also, it helps reach other people, including deck profiles, stuff like that. Also, I need to get on making these combo profiles or combo tutorials, because a lot of people keep saying in the comments and asking me all the time, what do you mean by how did you make that field, or what do you mean by making that card and stuff like that? They don't understand the thing. So I think in some videos I do the combos too quick or something, but I will try to make those videos. Let me know if you prefer seeing it on Dueling Book, or if you prefer seeing it in like with the actual cards. Maybe doing it with the actual cards is a lot better, so I'll just do it with the actual cards to help show you how to do those very specific combos that lead to certain fields that I mentioned, especially the virtual world one, because I know that one's really complicated and that one's really complex. And the other one is the Tri Brigade Sprite one. That one's also very complicated, and you have to do things in a very specific way, because if you don't, you can screw your entire turn up, and I've seen people do it. So I'm going to try to do those two videos for you guys. Other than that, that will be it, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.